decided to just instead of put this in like the regular podcast format, just want to kind of make a video just to kind of demonstrate what's going on. Um, the thing about buying houses right now, um, a lot of people are pushing people to buy houses is one thing, but the problem is it's a big purchase, and you don't want to be super emotional about a big purchase. Honestly, there's ways to go about it. The main thing you need to do is actually prioritize and run the numbers. Like the saying goes, you paying a mortgage, that's the least you're willing to pay, and if you're paying a rent, that's as most as you're willing to pay. And that means with a mortgage, you're responsible for maintenance and all that other upkeep. With rent, you're just responsible for paying your payment and calling it a day. So, with that being said, buying a home is a good thing just because hey, you have something of your own and you're able to kind of have a lot of freedom with it per se. Well, with the home, anyways, renting is also good because you also have freedom to go where you please. You're not tied down to a place. Um, so, my recommendation right now are two things. One, if you can, and if you're willing, I say hold out until something shakes, because it's already starting to shake with what I'm about to show you. Two, um, two, if you want to rent, that's fine. Also, just make sure if you're renting, just make sure you're renting just within your means. That means don't rent like a skyscraper apartment or something like that when you don't really need it. So that's just the thing. Just live within your means so you can save, so you still save money and invest your money and whatnot. Right now, the housing market is on the usual summer sales thing. Like it always goes up in the summer because people like to move in the summer, but um, foreclosures are starting to happen, and when it starts to happen, it's not a good look. I know a lot of banks are doing like loan restructuring where they kind of restructure loans so people can pay them off easily or can actually start back paying anyways. And that's pretty cool, but at the same time, it's not really working for some, which soon enough is going to be a problem because unaffordability is a big issue. Like there are people paying like 40 or 50% of their income just to pay the mortgage and the taxes and stuff like that, which is not good because that's supposed to be around. To me, it's 25%, but I mean sometimes it gotta go up a little bit. So 35 is a acceptable number, but aim for 25 is my thing. 25 or less. I mean, hey, if you make a lot of money, then hey, that's cool. That means you can get less. So, um, and here's what I mean by foreclosures. I'm just gonna turn my other phone around. Like right now, like if I were to buy a house, like I'd be looking. I'd be looking at places like this. This is Harris County, Texas. This is the Houston area, and these are houses that are being foreclosed on. And some of these houses are really nice, and some of these houses are meh. But yeah, as you see, this one right here is really nice. And yeah, the opening bid is $180,000 for 3,300 square feet. Now, I'm no genius or anything, but what's out there, like this, I mean, I would honestly save up the cash and buy this cash. Like if it even went for like two something, because you're not gonna lose your money per se. So it's a lot of properties in other areas too. I just chose this area because I was watching this area from was it from was it my previous relationship, but it's the problem is already beginning per se. Like you're seeing like Yeah, it keeps going on and on and on, and this is just one area. It's still like a still an ongoing thing. So my thing is you trying to get a house, like number one, search for the best deal, and I'm gonna say foreclosures are probably the best deal because most of the time the work you need to put into it is kind of minimal to get it to where you can live in it, and for what you're paying, like you'll pay less money and you'll have equity out of it in case you need to get out. Either way or the other, you're good. Um, Problem with buying like new builds and whatnot is already happening now. People are already upside down. Like some people didn't negotiate right, but it's just it is what it is though. Like if you're upside down in the home, that ain't good. Um, you're gonna have to pay a lot out of pocket, which ain't fun as you have to get out. So as you're trying to get a home and you're going the brand new route, um, be prepared to stay in it for at least about 10 to 15 years so you can get it so you can get the equity back to the way it's supposed to be because it's actually going down in most areas. Like even this area I'm in right here, I'm in Chattanooga and I'm seeing it going down. So that's just this is something to look out for. And it's just a lot of people are not telling people about these methods because they are buying like big stuff off of the emotion and saying, hey, it's the American dream or whatever to get a home. Like it's cool to get a home, don't get me wrong, but it's also cool to rent or whatever or to buy something else or whatever and invest or whatever too. I mean, honestly, just run the numbers. Like in my situation, I don't know where I'm gonna be to be honest, but either or, is this gonna be either A, if it's here, find the best deal or find a piece of land. I already kind of got my eye on a couple of pieces of land and walked them and did the walk already, so I'm pretty good. So if I don't something I don't like comes don't come up within a certain amount of time, then I'll just have the money saved up to buy the land in cash, and then just save up the money to build. Because right now rent is cheap, and it's only me. So like if I want a bigger place, it ain't gonna be too much more a month that I'll be paying. So I can move to a place. I don't know if I get booed up or something. I can move and rent another place for a few $100s more a month and still have the freedom I have and have the money and I'll be fine. So it's just sometimes you gotta run the numbers or whatnot and see what's right for you. And then a big misconception that people have with buying a home is like loans are front end heavy on interest, and especially with a 30-year mortgage, you're paying basically if it's almost double or yeah, a little over double the amount, if more, for the property. So you paying you put like 200 and some $1,000, but I'm gonna say $230,000 that for a house, your mortgage is 230,000. At the end of the day, you probably paying somewhere around 600 and probably like 650,000 or more total for the home when you pay all the interest and all the fees and whatnot. That's what you're paying. That's what you're gonna pay for at the end of your 30 years. It's a hell of a hustle. I ain't gonna lie. It's a hell of a hustle. Um, that's why they say put down payments for a reason. My opinion is always if you don't have money for a down payment, it's cool. The thing would be if you're trying to stay in it for a long time and it's just like going to be your forever place, then I recommend at least putting like saving up the money and putting a lot down. don't finance the whole thing. Like put some money down to where hey, you'll knock off a lot on a loan or whatever. Or you have money saved up or whatever, like yeah, put money aside, like do your financing or whatever, and then furnish your house, and then whatever money you have left, drop it down on the principal of the loan and call it a day. Like, most of the time, I finance for a small amount, as small as I can. So, but that's just me, anyways. But hopefully, hopefully this kind of helped. But there's a lot of oh yeah, the website I was on, I get like emails. It's called auction.com, but there's more websites that do all that stuff too. But auction.com is pretty easy, and it's they send updates or whatnot. So it's pretty cool, pretty cool. I totally recommend it. Right now, I know realtors are hurting right now because yeah, it's starting to slow down. Like I would not if you own a house and you have low interest rate, unless you're forced to get out of it, stay in it. Stay in it. Do not leave. Like the thing is, like it'll probably be more expensive for you to get out of it unless you're trying to downsize. But is you just trying to make a move and think you're gonna flip the money to make your house or whatever make you money? Don't do it unless you're moving from like an area where your house you can buy a house for a lower price or whatnot, and I mean significantly lower, like almost double, like not double but twice as low or whatever. So half the price or more than half or whatever, then you probably be good. But if it's around the same price, nah, don't even do it. So just my piece of advice. Hope it helps. All right, I'm out. I got to get back to work. It's just something that popped up on my phone, and I felt like I needed to just like put it out there so I can at least help some people, or help some people help themselves, anyways.